Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today we are doing a let us discuss sort of thing. Now when I had planned out these videos, obviously I tend to plan out well in advance and along with the Post Malone one, these kind of ended up getting slightly changed due to the album actually releasing, and instead of being like a speculation video, it's now kind of just a vague discussion or my thoughts on the album. So this is like Falling in Reverse, their new album, Popular Monster. Now, I don't care for all the discourse and drama around the band. I simply just like some of the music. I'm not gonna lie, I do generally tend to prefer some of their older stuff, but I think a lot of the newer stuff that they've been putting out does still stand with great merit, that it is good music, but a lot of that gets taken away from, you know, people's foreview because of their, oh, my battery's dead, so that's great. You know, it gets taken away from their foreview, as I said, because of how controversial Ronnie Radke is. You know, at the end of the day, you don't have to like him, you don't have to love him, but this is a guy that I've listened to since I was in secondary school. I've got several posters of the bugger up on my wall. And overall, I do think the man has a knack for creating very good music. So, on to Popular Monster. This came out in August, around the 16th. It's 11 songs long, 37 minutes. For those of you that somehow haven't seen it yet, the album artwork is actually Ronnie's mugshot from one of, I'm not sure what the arrest was for. I'm not gonna throw out a bold claim or guess. I could look it up, but knowing the internet, they would probably have the wrong information. So I'm just gonna say it has one of his mugshots, or his mugshot. So this album is 11 songs long, as I've said. So we have Prequel, which it's not a bad song. It's, from what I remember, I've listened to it. I think I've listened to every song on here, maybe. Yeah, it's a Prequel. It's a good opener. You know, it's fairly solid. Popular Monster is one of the singles that has been out for fucking ages. It is a banger. It's one of their biggest songs ever, I think. I could be wrong there. Then you have the, like, Jelly Roll, Falling in Reverse, like country metal, I guess it is. Like, and honestly, at first I was kind of like, this is weird. But the more and more I listen to it, I'm like, this is actually not as weird as I thought. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I really do like how Jelly Roll's vocals complements like Ronnie's vocals as well. They both have unique sounds that kind of work well together. The music video for it is a wild ride too. You get like a super-sized Jelly Roll getting shot at by like Western sheriffs and shit like that. There's like barb rules and fucking Ronnie shooting at Sheriff Blair White and Blair White shooting at Ronnie, and the two of them have like a rainbow connected to each other with a unicorn in the middle. It's it's like an acid trip or a fever dream. It's an experience. It's certainly an experience. Then you have Ronald, which I'm intrigued why it's just named Ronald. I'm assuming that's just for the shits and giggles, but that features Tech Nine and Alex Terrible from Slaughter to Prevail. I loved Tech Nine on this. I was not expecting a Tech Nine feature on a Falling in Reverse album, but it was fucking cool. I've been a fan of Tech Nine for a while. I like Alex Terrible. I like Ronnie. So to have three artists that I enjoy the music of collaborating on one like mega track, where it is quite a heavier track too, is fucking just nuts. From there you have Voices in My Head, which was another single. That one's possibly one of my least favorites. Like, I do like the song, but I've just heard it so much to the point where I'm kind of like, I can get away with skipping this for a few rotations now. No offense, but you know, it's to that point. Then you have Bad Guy, which features Ronnie's girlfriend, Soraya, which you might know as WWE's Paige. Currently, she wrestles for AEW. This was an interesting one. I've seen a lot of people talking online about how annoying the vocal delivery was on this one, but I think that's the point. It's supposed to be like a piss take of what everyone says about him online. That's kind of the vibe I get. But because like that's the one thing with Ronnie is like Ronnie is a bit of a troll. Like if you're gonna take the piss out of Ronnie, Ronnie's gonna take the piss out of you. So to see a song where he's echoing the sentiments of what people say about him online in like this overly put on, almost whining sort of tone, it feels like this is just one big like to the haters, you know, or the people that don't like him. And it's not terrible. It's enjoyable. Soraya was an interesting feature on this because I know she's been in a lot of Ronnie's music videos. Like there's that one where she was like a vampire in a white. Or Ronnie was a vampire. She was wearing a white dress. They were in like a castle, and he turned her into a vampire. I think that might be on this album as well. But and obviously she was in All My Life as well and stuff like that. So, but to hear her actually have a verse, or not a verse, have a take on the chorus, that was kind of cool. Not a bad delivery at all. The British accent came out a lot. It was fun. I thought it was a fun song, like very tongue in cheek. But yeah. Moving on from that, we had Watch the World Burn, which was possibly one of my favourites. There is some lines that I've seen that when the song came out, it got clowned on online. Because there's like a point where he says, I'm about to go Darth, about to go Disney or something like that. So people were like, oh, that's a bit cringe. But it, you know, not everything has to be fucking serious. Like, you know. But other than that, it's pretty decent track, you know. Trigger Warning, I've heard. I don't remember much about it, but I remember it being a fairly solid track. That's honest. Like, it's one of the ones I've not listened to a whole lot. For some reason, like when I have my music on rotation, it seems to give me the same songs off of this album, and like Trigger Warning and No Fear are like the two that it doesn't give me very often, which is kind of annoying because they're the ones I've listened to the least. But yeah. So then we have Zombified. That's also been a single for quite a while off of this album. And also aforementioned Soraya, she uses that as her entrance music in AEW. So the masses have heard this one a lot. It's a good song. It's kind of about, cancel culture, I guess, like that sort of topic, you know. It's a good song. It's got fair points. Again, then we have No Fear, like I said. My rotation doesn't fuck me, I've got a frog in my throat. It doesn't generally tend to come up very often. Again, I have heard it, but it's only been a couple of times. And then the final track was Last Resort Reimagined, which I thought was a very good, interesting take on Papa Roach's song. So, it's a mixed bag. It's got some bangers, it's got some, Last Resort being more of like a softer song. It's got some more like wacky songs with your country rock, your like tongue-in-cheek fuck you to the haters stuff. Like, then you've got like the super heavy with Ronald. It's an interesting album. And I expected nothing less from how long it took to come out, because there were rumors that Falling in Reverse were done with albums. There were rumors that they were just going to do EPs, rumors they were going to just do singles. I swear at one point, Genius had an EP listed called Neon Monster or something similar to that, which I'm assuming that is what then grew into Popular Monster. Speculation there, but yeah. Overall, like, this is just a discussion of it. Like, I'm not going into depth. I'm not giving you my full thoughts on the album. I'm not picking it song from song, because most of these have been done in 6-song roundups when they dropped or throughout the year / years. So this is probably one I won't review in full, but I just kind of wanted to drop my little thoughts here and there and just do a video on it. It's an enjoyable album. There's some songs that might not be for everybody, but at the end of the day, that's kind of what music is. You've got to find what gels with you. So if you like Falling in Reverse, if you like Jelly Roll, that song would probably be right up your alley. But it's a pick and mix. You've got to like choose what's what and see what you come out with. That's the best way to describe this album. Is a general pick and mix. Like, each song is its own different little like fucking brightly coloured suite, and you just have to like choose the ones for you. But yeah, overall, it's a very fun, enjoyable experience. That's, I think, my takeaway from it. So, as long as people are having fun with the music they make, I think the fans are still going to carry on having fun listening to it. Because that's always the worries, especially for a band like Falling in Reverse that's been around for quite a while, is like the worry that they could go stale or that fans could get bored of them. And I think with Ronnie's very creative and wild mind, that's something he keeps striving to not do, is not go stale. And with Popular Monster, you can tell that they're experimenting with different things, and they're trying to keep that freshness to them. And I think that's a fair assessment of what this is they're not trying to lock themselves down to one sound. They're trying to stay fresh. They're trying to stay on top of their game. And I think they've done that very well. But with that being said, my friends, that is all I'm going to say on this. I feel like I've rambled and repeated the same sentiment a few times now. So all that's left to say really is I will see you in the next video. That will be the 6-song roundup, episode 31. I'm slowly starting to run out of ideas, so I do need to sit down with myself and come up with a few. A new album dropped recently, which that's immediately getting released, an album review episode. I need to come up with a discussion piece. If I can't, I might scrap these discussion themed videos. I'm not sure yet. Because I'm in a nice flow with having 4 different styles of video, so I like doing that. But and then I need to create a few more 6-song roundup playlists. I need to come up with a few more EPs to add into my EP reviews. Like I said, there's no shortage of EPs, singles, and albums to do. It's just honestly the discussion videos that are the hardest ones to come up with topics that I can talk about, or that I feel people might be interested in listening to if they stumble across it. But yeah. So with that being said, all that's left to say is goodbye, my friends, and remember, stay safe out there. Goodbye.